Welcome to the Cafe A. About to give you live stream play by play. CJ in here, Terry in here. I'm just trying to get your boss speakers up here. What we say? Started on this journey, we ain't never trying to finish. First phase, this is just beginning of this business. Thanks for tuning in because we really need a witness. Running in this race, but it's Terry with the vision. CJ ideas with the quickness. Then it's me connect, add business. Next, add y'all the audience to the mix. Woo! Stay lit, my guy, we winning. Time to have fun, Cafe. Whoa! 3 creators, 3 perspectives, 1 goal. Grab your popcorn now, let's play. Everybody, welcome to Creator Cafe. Hey! Welcome to the Cafe A. About to give you live stream play by play. CJ in here, Terry in here. I'm just trying to get your boss speakers up here. What we say? Started on this journey, we ain't never trying to finish. First phase, this is just beginning of this business. Thanks for tuning in because we really need a witness. Running in this race, but it's Terry with the vision. CJ ideas with the quickness. Then it's me connect, add business. Next, add y'all the audience to the mix. Woo! Stay lit, my guy, we winning. Time to have fun, Cafe. Whoa! 3 creators, 3 perspectives, 1 goal. Grab your popcorn now, let's play. Everybody, welcome to Creator Cafe. Hey!
We live, players.
We live.
Yeah, we live, player. We in the building. Hold on, let me cut off the music. You know what I'm saying?
I heard all day.
What up?
Ooh.
That is the best news I heard all day.
Woo, notification. We out here. Let's go.
Oh, you got the notification?
It just sounded good when I said
it.
I feel like that's what everybody say. Yo, I got the notification out there.
Oh, look at that. We got a few people up in the thing already.
I got the notification, though.
I see Alex Jackson, Ashley Morel, lyrically outspoken, Tech King Mike.
What up? What up, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming back.
What's good?
Let's wait. We're going to wait maybe a minute or 2 before we get this thing correct. And let's take this opportunity to share the link on Twitter and Facebook and all of that and tell everybody to get the hell up in here.
I got my mug here, make it look like I'm actually drinking coffee when I'm not.
Hey, I'm drinking coffee right now, player.
That's how you look like an adult. You get one of these and you just fill it up with water.
Right. or you be a man and actually put coffee in it.
Woohoo! Coffee. Nah, bro. It's called an addiction, right, Terry.
That's really mean. All right, man. Hey, let's all blast this out on Twitter one time, just so we can get folks up in here. I'm headed to Twitter right now. All right. Currently typing.
How late, man? Because I just posted it already out there. Where y'all at? Here we go.
Shout
out to Mike Thomas for the shout out on Twitter.
I see you, Mike.
Anybody tweet out from the actual account? From the Creator Cafe account? I don't got access to the Twitter right now, you know what I'm saying?
I don't got access to that neither, man.
Man, you do. You just need to log in, play.
Why you gotta disrespect me?
Oh man, I didn't know that was disrespect. Hey man, look, let me where's my I knew you was the one the Lord chose. Where's my sound bite, player?
Go on, hit him with it.
I know you was an assistant.
You an assistant pimp.
All right, I just tweeted that out. Tweeted that out.
Link out from the account. Hold on.
Right. Okay, man. Let me go back to the live chat.
Do you know who gave us this question that we're gonna start off on? I wonder who left this question. I wonder if they in the building or not.
I just decided to pop up real. Hi, Tulia. Good job. Bye-bye. Sorry, my little angel happened to pop up. What's up, everybody?
Yo.
I feel like it ain't energy.
Hold on. All right. It's tweeted out. We out here. All right.
Okay, so let's see who we got up in this chat. Welcome to episode 3, everybody. Creator Cafe, episode 3, coffee. The plan was for us to all wear shades to look cool, but somehow I got left out. So if I look like a total D-bag, blame it on Devin and
Look, look.
CJ knows.
I was gonna wear
Hey,
mine's player, but I need to see the screen. I need to see the small type up on this joint.
Hey,
So I
man,
had to.
when you gotta wear prescription glasses, man. Hey, I don't have that luxury, brother. I can't be out here with the double glasses on.
Man,
I was just about to hit him with the.
glasses too. That's the stupidest thing I ever saw.
Get the Dwayne Wade. Just
Oh yeah,
flip
you
ups. Get the Dwayne's, the flip ups.
Man, this dude.
Shout out to all my people out there, man, that know a different world. Shout out to all my different world people lovers out there that know what that get that reference.
There,
Right,
now you're not alone, Terry. I joined the Shades crew, player.
Thank you, sir. Kind sir. That was funny, CJ. I gotta give it to you. That was mad funny.
Hey, man, I can't leave my G out here alone. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Y'all just gonna leave me by myself, man.
Hey, man, I'm sorry, Dev.
Before we go into the meat and potatoes, when the last time I went to that Samsung event, and when we went to that Samsung event, and I had on shades inside, right? I got a few messages the day after, like, why you have on shades in a club? First of all, it wasn't a club. Second of all, because I want to. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me wearing shades inside of a place if I want to? Aren't they my eyes? If I can't see, that's on me.
You can do whatever you want to do, player. It's your world, my G. I knew you was the one the Lord chose. I wish I had that soundbite. I don't have it. I'm gonna have to get it. I got it. Come on, man. I've been slacking, y'all. I gotta get it.
All right, y'all.
Listen. I prefer to wear shades inside of dark places, especially when I have to be personable, because I don't want people looking in my drunk eyes. Okay, that's weird.
Don't want nobody looking for your eyes. Looking to his eyes, didn't you?
All right, we got a few more people in here. Let me check this to see if anybody new before we get started.
Oh, all right.
And nobody knew, so.
Let's see here.
What y'all want to talk about today, man? Since we on episode 3 and everything.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off, man. Let's get into the question from last week, man. So shout out to the person who posted this question out here. Let me go ahead and
who was it?
That's a great question. It's a question I don't have the answer to, sir.
That's unfortunate, sir.
But we're gonna get to the question here. All right.
Drop that. You got a soundbite for this, CJ? Drop that. You got something?
All right. So here is the opening question of the day, people. So, question was, how do you guys cope with the pressure or any pressure at all to stay consistent with the content while balancing your lives outside of YouTube?
Ooh. Somebody need answers.
That's a long question, by the way.
It is.
Alex Jackson. Okay.
Who gonna take the stage first? I need to read the question.
King Mike. Okay. All right. I'll who went first last time?
Tech King Mike. Shout out to you, man. We got your question.
Okay. I guess I'll go with it first. How do you balance your creative life, if I'm interpreting that correctly? Is that right? Yep. It's difficult, man. Just to be honest, it's very difficult. Especially when you have a family and you have to take care of your family, obviously. And, unfortunately, at this point in my life, I still work a 9 to 5. So the YouTube gods have not been kind enough to me yet to leave my 9 to 5. So meshing that with, being creative, also having to deal with outside stuff like, some of my kids play sports, and also trying to balance a creative life, it is difficult. And for some people, it is not possible. However, I'm a big advocate of, if you want to do something in life, nobody going to do it for you. So it's either you can sit there and make excuses, or you can do whatever it takes. And that means if you got to get up earlier, if you got to go to bed later, prioritizing stuff through your creative projects, not trying to create everything in one day, spacing out, maybe taking 45 minutes a day to put towards the project. Oh, you talking to me? Was that? Oh, I thought you said. Okay. Well, yeah, it's basically, you know, if you want to do it with anything in life, you have to make the time. Excuses don't make stuff happen. So it's either you make the time for it, even though it may be difficult, or you make excuses and it don't get done. So that's my take. Hefe in the building.
El Jefe, what up?
Is it cool if we call him like head of security, or are we
He
not
is.
allowed?
He is definitely the head of
Okay.
our
All
security.
right, that's head of security has arrived, and that is El Jefe.
He in the building.
We
All
don't
right,
have
so
a lot of people in the room yet, but it's we don't care about that. We happy with
so
who we got.
so I guess I'll go. I gotta even go back, pull back up the question, man. I'm bad at this, y'all.
Man,
All
CJ,
right, so balancing outside of life, outside of YouTube, man. So for me, for those that don't know, I'm married. If you don't know, I'm married. So the thing is, so so the thing about it is, man, is for me, it's a lot of time management. Is the biggest thing, because when you are on a platform like this, man, that requires a lot of your time, and YouTube, no doubt, requires a lot of your time. And you definitely got to push out videos and editing, and there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. But I think the biggest thing is knowing what comes first and knowing what's more important than the platform. And not saying that like the audience that I've built up over the last couple of years is not important, but just also understanding that, you know, your family and everything that's important to you, that stuff comes first, then YouTube comes after that, at least for me. So and kind of like what Terry was saying, as far as like, you know, having a full-time job, like I still work a full-time job as well. So, you know, I look at it as I got to utilize all the time throughout my day. So for me, I look at it as we literally got 24 hours within the day to create whatever you want to create or do whatever you want to do that's going to get you one step closer to your goals. Because like, if for y'all out there that may follow me on IG and y'all in the IG stories, I always in my IG stories that morning was saying, make sure you're doing something, one thing that's going to get you closer to your goal for that day. So for me, it's one of those things where it's like, even if I'm on my lunch break, I make sure to utilize that hour to do something that's going to be beneficial to me in the long run. So I think it's just a matter of just time management, man. I think that's the biggest thing, and basically putting the things that's important in your life first, and not letting this YouTube game drown you. Because
you said something very powerful, dog.
What up?
You know what you said? We all have the same 24 hours.
That's the truth, man. 24
We all
hours,
got the
brother.
same 24 hours, man. So it's up
Yeah,
to
man.
you on what you choose to do with it.
Yep, exactly. Just like this stream right here, man. Like, I'm fresh off of a plane, man. I'm I'm super tired, y'all. But you know, we're gonna make it happen.
Charles.
Oh,
Ah, player, you went the wrong way. Left side, right. All right, so look. For me, to be quite frank and honest, I have not found a true balance. Like, I am all over the place with it. I don't get nearly as much sleep as I should. I don't have a work-life balance yet. Like, I'm still juggling it. I'm still trying to find that sweet spot in the middle. All I know is I just grind my eyeballs out, and you know, I create a lot of content. I edit a lot. At times I upload a lot and so forth. So I think now with me one of my hacks would be trying to come up with a schedule. I need to schedule out, because I'm running 3 YouTube channels now. So I need to schedule them out.
Right.
I need to pre-create content and have it on the schedule to be released. I'm just working on planning and getting this all together. So technically I don't have a balance yet. And
babe.
I'm working on finding that balance, and hopefully one day I will. I know I will, but as of right now, I really don't have a balance. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying if I said I did. So I just get out here, and like I said, I just grind my eyeballs out. And some weeks are better than others. Some days are better than others. Some days suck, and some weeks suck. Some months suck. It's just a part of the game.
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You got to get it done, dude. And not like to piggyback off of that. It's more than just YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's the satellite stuff that comes with it. It's the social networks that you constantly got to take part in.
Yeah, that's a
It's the
big
dealing with brands you got to take part in. So it's a huge undertaking YouTube, man. But you know, you just got to get it done. Either if you don't get it done, somebody else is gonna get it done in your place.
Yep.
So hey y'all, if you in the chat, man, make sure you tweet out the chat so we can get some people up in here because we about to start rolling onto the meat and potatoes of the chat. Hey, somebody drop the link if people want to contribute to the channel. Just drop that real quick.
I got you, G. Let me.
No, hey, yo, Tech King Mike, man, I agree with you 100%, man. Like, 24 hours in a day can also, he says 24 hours in a day can be interpreted to a 24-second shot clock. You can't always count on getting a fresh clock.
Ooh.
That's bars there, Mike, man. I 100% agree with you, bro. Like, you can't always count on getting that fresh clock, man, because you never know, you know, the amount of work that you don't put in within that, the 24-second that you got, or the 24 hours that you got, what you could have possibly missed out on. So, hey, you got to make, I look at it like, if you want something, you got to make that time count. And there's no excuses. None. Zero.
Y'all know what I want to talk about next.
Uh-oh.
We should tweet this out because some people need to be in this, okay? I want to talk about what Devin said last week about why he won't switch.
Here you go.
From beer.
Here you go.
Oh, hold up.
It just don't make. So we got to tweet this out.
First off, before we get into that, yo, I gotta send a shout out to these Welch's. Y'all been seeing me sitting here eating this, man.
Man, just so y'all know, Devin was on the pre-stream. I'm about to snitch on that. Devin was on the pre-stream eating popsicles and graham crackers. Like, what are you, 2 years old?
Oh, side story before we get into the meat and potatoes. I gotta let y'all know, man. I ain't ate hardly nothing all day. I'm running off fumes over here, so if y'all see me sitting up here eating, man, that's why. But yeah, Terry right. The boy definitely got his got my snacks right here, man. So all right. So we talking about Final Cut Pro.
Did you tweet it out? Because we got to get some people involved in this. I'm currently tweeting as we speak. So.
Yeah, I tweeted, but I forgot the damn.
I logged into the whatchamacallit already. All right.
Now I forgot to put the link, but yeah, man. We gonna wait till we try to. Hopefully, JD and them come and get in here. So, because we need to gang. We about to gang up on Devin.
JD Tech?
Yeah, you need to add him.
Who I
you
need
need to him and JTL, all of them, Dapper Dop, all of them. Because we got to gang up on our boy Devin.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory for the
who's
people
JTL?
JTL. You don't know JTL? Jonathan Morrison, bro.
Oh, Jonathan Morrison.
Talking about TL.
Oh yeah, my bad. You know, sometimes I be getting slight like dyslexic / ADD /
Too many letters, man. Too many letters.
Hey man, I don't care to get it
Dapper,
politically
Jason,
correct sometimes.
TLD, all tags.
But
who else?
I will say, man, let's
hold on, my chicken done. Hold on. My chicken done. I gotta
Oh,
go get it out.
hey, Terry is serious about his chicken. Y'all gotta.
I gotta get it out the oven.
This man eat
Hold on.
8 chickens. He
Real quick.
eat 8 whole chickens a day.
Whatever.
A day.
Head.
He eats about 4 of them in 2 hours. Like, the whole chicken.
He said, "Oh yeah, we can get painfully honest." Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. That's why I said JTL. It's just ingrained in my head. That is painfully honest tech. You right. That's my bro too.
We're gonna wait on Terry to come back. But before Terry comes back, I'm gonna give some context to this next topic that we getting ready to get into, y'all. So myself, I am a Adobe Premiere user. So all of my videos that I edit, every single video y'all have seen on my channel has all been edited in Adobe Premiere. It is my tool of choice. It is what I like to use to edit all my videos on. So,
hey, I just want to say 95%, maybe 98% of my videos are all Premiere Pro 2. It's just only as of lately that I've been kind of, using a different editor. So
on top of that, so Terry had posted so we have like a little side chat group or whatnot. We just kind of help get each other throughout the day and all that kind of stuff like that. So Terry basically put out there trying to convince us to both switch from Adobe Premiere to Final Cut Pro. Now, CJ has made the switch to pretty much using it pretty good. Like CJ, you would say that you like it as a top tool right now. Would you say that?
Yeah. Like right now, I'm like legit editing everything in Final Cut Pro. I'm giving it its just due use, and I'm gonna have some videos and some content for other Premiere Pro users / Final Cut Pro users coming eventually on that too. So
why have you started using it so much, CJ? Why?
all right.
I'm just curious. Why have you started using it so much?
I'll give y'all a little snippet in here. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay, so look, this is how it goes. Premiere Pro is an advanced editor, and once you learn that, and once you learn any of these editors, you can do them all. So I hopped in Final Cut Pro, and I knew what I needed to learn. I learned the shortcuts that I wanted to, and legit being able to pretty much edit a full video with all at the keyboard. That has me kind of like locked in. There's a couple other features in there. There's a couple other features in there I won't get into, but like, you know, the multi-cam feature, that is nuts.
It just works so good. Huh?
Who cares? Next.
Nah, that multi-cam is actually real legit. So for those of y'all out there, if you record with multiple videos, like multiple cameras, say if you got 2-3 cameras, like me and Devin one time, we shot with 3 cameras. Sitting down on a bench, we had the Galaxy Note 9, we had the EOS R, and we had the A7 III, all shooting. I put that in the multicam, and let me tell you, player, I'll never look at editing multiple video footage ever the same. Like, this is legit. I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta piggyback off of what CJ just said, because editing multicam in Adobe Premiere is not easy. Like,
well, nothing in Premiere is easy.
We ain't gonna go that far, but I'm just gonna say that that is definitely a feature that's it takes some time to kind of sync up everything. So,
any other main reasons why you just love Final Cut Pro, CJ?
Okay, we'll let you get all that out, because we gonna do it.
Okay, like, man, look, we all know how Apple software is. It can be very intuitive. Oh. You know what? The optimization is legit. Like, there's times, but look, I ain't gonna lie though. When I was doing 4K, there's some times where it's best to like let your mouse go and let Final Cut kind of render before you start jumping in, editing and stuff. So with 4K, I found that
don't take too long.
It takes a while.
It's pretty cool though. But like, you know, I was doing 4K, so I'll let that be. But with 1080, everything is like crazy, like. It's like a ninja up in there, but yeah, I mean, the live rendering, like literally when you get ready to go to export, it's like, man, it has some.
It don't take all night, right? It don't take all night.
It never did for me though. I ain't gonna lie. With Premiere Pro, I got decent export times too. You know, whether it was my custom PC or the iMac Pro. So I can't even, you know. But I will admit though, Final Cut Pro gets busy.
All right, before we proceed, we got some fresh people up in the chat. What up, everybody?
Let's see who up in the thing. The ninja is in the building. What up, Kevin?
What up, Kev? Kevin the Tech Ninja, what's good?
Dapper done dropped through.
Dapper. Oh, so here come Dapper Dop.
Oh, we need Dap up in here.
That's all. Nah, bro, we gonna get to it, Dap. We gonna get to it.
No. It's a wrap. Okay, all right. Let me ask a logical question. Okay, this is a ground. This is a ground level based question.
All right.
All right. So you can drive an 18-wheeler cross country. You can also drive a Ferrari across country. Now, the facts are both of them will get you from point A to point B. But the question is, which one's going to get you there in a quicker manner? A quicker, more efficient manner. Okay, that is my parallel to Final Cut versus Premiere. Premiere is hugely capable. Yes, we already know, but I have to do listen. I have to make 19 steps to do the same thing I can do in Final Cut Pro that requires 1 or 2 keystrokes.
That's a fact.
And on top of that, wait, no, Devin. And on top of that, Final Cut is so optimized that you can literally run Final Cut Pro really, really smoothly on older hardware because it's just that good. For me to efficiently run Premiere, I need top of the line specs. I need topper than top of the line specs. And it runs like crap and it looks like crap too. So, you know, that's my non-technical analysis, because we can get into some really technical things if y'all want to, but I'm gonna just throw this out there. Premiere sucks for YouTube content today. If you are not in Hollywood and you need those industry standard tools that the majority of Hollywood makes, and I guarantee you, listen, if you can get all Hollywood in the same room and say, listen, here's the benefits to Final Cut Pro. I understand y'all have been using Premiere since the Stone Age, but here's the benefits to Final Cut Pro, and show them everything. Dog, I'm telling you, Final Cut Pro is like iOS and Premiere's like Windows.
Ooh. All right. So, you done? You done, Terry?
I can keep going.
I can catch him from the. Let's let him talk.
The only thing I can say about Final Cut that I give it over Premiere is the pricing. That's
my man,
that's the
El Jefe.
only. That's the. Let me switch over. That's the only thing that I can give it over Adobe Premiere. Couple things I like about Adobe Premiere. When it comes down to because I like to shoot all my videos flat. I shoot in a PP5 profile default settings, so I know people can customize it, but I like to shoot all my videos flat, and I color grade and do all of that afterwards. For me, when I'm doing all of my color grading, man, I find it a lot easier to color grade inside of Premiere as far as using the sliders and all of that. It's just smooth, man. Like it just works. And then when I throw my 4K footage on the timeline, it's smooth, man. Like there's no chopping, there's no none of that. My only issue that I got with Premiere Pro is that my laptop just sounds like it's about to take off.
LAP, not LAB.
My laptop it sounds like it get ready to take off. But as far as efficient for how I work and being able to move between like Photoshop, move between Lightroom, Audition, it's smooth, man. Like,
hey, Devin don't sound too confident over there, player. I'm sorry. Don't sound too confident.
Let him roll. Let him go.
If we gonna be honest, the only reason I'm thinking about switching is simply because of the price saving. That's it. That's I'm not even lying, bro. That's the only reason I'm thinking about making the switch. But otherwise, man, hey, man, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in this Adobe world, man.
Well, you would be comfortable because you don't know it's a softer couch on the opposite side.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I'm gonna put this out there. After getting the shortcuts I got, I ain't gonna lie, I edit way faster on Final Cut Pro than I do in Premiere Pro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I fly through chopping down my timeline, and like I said, I rarely touch my mouse. Like I touch it every now and then. But mainly I'm all keyboard, and that was a life, like literally from day one when I first edited, I hit the ground running, and I ain't never looked back since. So I'm just.
He said, "How much is Adobe?"
Man, like $600.
See, I'm gonna tell you, it's expensive.
How much have I spent? I probably didn't spend. I done spent over $1,000 on Adobe. I ain't gonna lie, it's $54 a month for the suite. That's like over $600 a year. I've had it for about 3 years now. Like, man, it's ridiculous, bro. It's way ridiculous.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, that's the only reason that's gotten me thinking about making the switch. It's simply that, like, paying that monthly fee, or I pay up the whole yearly subscription. But like, even then, it's like I'm paying over $300 some, and then at the same time, I believe they just rose the price recently. Like, are they raising it?
Now I'm telling you, playing over 600 players. That's right.
Oh, 600.
Yeah.
Final Cut is a one-time fee for life of $299 with guaranteed software updates.
True. Now, when Jonathan said it on Twitter the other day, he was just like, he paid for, I think back in like 2011 or something like that. That was an eye opener because I was like, damn, like I could have saved all that a whole lot of money. Now I'm not gonna lie, there was a time that I was using the bootleg version of Adobe Premiere, but we gonna keep that on the.
Oh, there's a time like the present that I still use the bootleg version of Final Cut.
This whole conversation is all alleged. We all use legit.
These
software.
are not facts.
CJ said nothing in this conversation, player. Apple got my money.
So let me bring up a couple other key points.
He said he didn't even want to buy Final Cut Pro.
Listen, a couple other key points I would like to bring up. Now, I don't want to get into like the the technicalities, because we'll be talking for 10 hours, and honestly, I have no clue about the technicalities of Premiere. I just know it sucks. But it's certain things that really make leaving Final Cut very, very difficult. I even downloaded DaVinci Resolve 16 because I've heard how dope it is with the tracking and color grading and all of that stuff. But it's certain things about Final Cut that just make it so difficult to leave. For example, the fact that every single keystroke you make is saves automatically. Hey Devin, how many times have you lost?
I knew this was coming.
How many times have you lost projects with Premiere? Because I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I've never lost a project. I've never lost a project. I've never lost a project. But I will say I'm always Command S-ing, like after every single thing I do. I will say that.
All right, so I can speak to this. I can keep it a buck. Premiere Pro and crashing has been something I've dealt with, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. I've had it even crash on my custom PC. I've had it crash on the iMac Pro. Now listen to what I'm saying. We talking about a fully spec'd out custom PC built to just slice through 4K like butter, and an iMac Pro, and having those crashes. I've lost some. I haven't lost a full project, but I lost like a space in time. Like, you know, if you didn't hit that Control S in between a certain time and the auto backup wasn't there, you know, you lost some edits. So I've had some serious frustrating moments in Adobe. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So you saying it's like playing that video game where you got to the final boss, right? Like you busted your ass to get to the final boss, right?
King Koopa.
And you didn't save right before you got to it. And you had to start all the way 20 minutes back to get back to the final.
Matter of fact, like them games that didn't have memory cards. You know, I ain't
gonna lie. CJ caught me in the wild, man, when we was on the plane back from New York. He caught me in the wild with the spinning circle.
Nah, he had the blue screen. Play a Premiere Pro was like blue screen, spinning circle, nothing working.
I caught my footage there. I'm blaming it on the air pressure in the cabins. That's what I'm blaming that on.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, man.
You see how delicate the Mac get once you put Premiere Pro in there? It just start beating up the Mac, like the whole internals, the hardware. It's not a match made. Oh, let me just put this in. If you're on the Apple system, it makes the most sense to use Final Cut Pro. I know I hate the idea that you're being forced to choose. Adobe and Apple, they not playing together. They not in it, you know, to win it. So, you know, the fact that Premiere Pro is hardware based and the fact that Final Cut Pro is software based, and the whole Mac ecosystem is all optimized software. So if you're not playing in that field, it just doesn't work. Like Macs don't have the hardware, or maybe you know how it go, man.
I think what it is it's like, I think Adobe is starting to come around, because we seeing integrations now with like them with the iPad Pro and all that kind of stuff like that. So we're seeing some type of, you know, camaraderie of them working together and all of that. But like, I like CJ, like you said, man, I hate the fact that this is even like a topic. Like, I should be, as a creator, I should be able to want to use, you know, DaVinci. I should be able to use Final Cut Pro. I should be able to use Adobe Premiere, and my machine should just be able to handle it. Like, I feel like with these, like, I'm literally right here with my MacBook Pro, and like, I should be able to easily run any of those softwares on this machine, especially when you look at the amount of money.
DaVinci and Final Cut just fine. It's just Premiere sucks.
Yeah. So I've never actually tried DaVinci, but I hear a lot of people actually trying it. But yeah, is it DaVinci free?
So
isn't that a free
DaVinci
software?
Is free. DaVinci, unless you want the pro version.
Well, no, there's a paid version.
Yeah,
there's a paid version.
Okay. But honestly, the free version for the average creator, and even for the above average creator, is more than enough.
Hey, so
I wanna
Tech King Mike said, what y'all think about Final Cut Pro coming to an iPad? Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
It won't happen.
If it does, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Laptop sales would go down drastically.
Exactly.
And that's probably the reason why they won't do it.
I don't believe it, even though I know the iPad Pro is being geared up. Like, you know, everyone hyping. Like, you got to keep it a buck. There's some things that's in essence on Mac OS that you cannot get on
iOS,
iPad OS, like at all. Like, there's like the flipping through windows, just that computer experience. I don't think you could replace that. The reality is people are gonna have a MacBook Pro and an iPad Pro. They're gonna put the iPad Pros, they side screen, they're gonna run it all together, or when they don't feel like flipping open the MacBook Pro, they're gonna rock out with the iPad Pro. I don't see it happening.
But if you got people, man, if you think about it, if they put that on there and you can choose between being able to do all of your work from something that may cost what? I don't know. I can't remember what the prices of the iPads are. Let's say like, you know, 1,100 or whatever for an iPad versus paying $2,300, $2,400, $2,500 for a laptop, and I can almost do the exact same thing because we're seeing it now. A lot of people are editing photos and all of that type of stuff too, right from the iPad. Like,
and LumaFusion is crazy.
Hey, but don't get it
Yeah, that's what I
twisted.
hear.
The iPad Pro ain't just no 1K. Look, I was looking at it. Look, you gotta get the keyboard.
go to the
You
price.
gotta get the Apple Pencil.
Oh, it's definitely
you gotta get more space if you gonna make that your main
2 Gs.
machine. Don't.
go
Hey,
to-
look, I've been pricing it,
go
and
to-
that's the reason why I haven't quite pulled the trigger yet. I low key might be pulling the trigger, but I'm gonna keep
We
it a
gonna see
buck.
CJ with one next week.
Nah, not that soon. You know what I'm saying? We got other expenses in the mist right now, but. When you start pricing out all the accessories and like wanting to have enough space on it so you don't get stuck with nothing, man, the price goes up there. It becomes a laptop price.
It does. I think if they were to put Final Cut Pro on the iPad, it's a game changer. But I think it does, like Devin said, a lot of people specifically use MacBooks for Final Cut Pro. It's a reason why I haven't switched from Mac to Windows, and it's legit because of Final Cut Pro. And if they put that on iPads, it's going to take a huge. First of all, MacBook Pro sales are already dwindling anyways, and if they take Final Cut Pro away from that, that's going to pull a lot of people, especially if they make it available on the iPad, and it works just as good as it does, if not better, as it does on the MacBook Pro. I've seen people using the iPad Pro with LumaFusion and illustration software and stuff like that, and the experience is just 10 times better on the iPad versus Mac OS. So
Now, let me say this. You said something. The MacBook Pro sales are dwindling. Let me tell you why, player. Because a player like me went and bought the most spec'd out i9 MacBook Pro, threw Premiere
Idiot.
Pro on there, and
Same here.
got the thermal throttling. So it's just like, you know, Apple's choosing aesthetics over function. And until they start to put function and sacrifice some aesthetics, which, I mean, they got some room to play with, man. The machines look beautiful, player. You could go ahead and give it a little bit. I'll take a little thicker of a MacBook Pro or a little bit of different of a
SD slot.
design. Yeah. Oh, big facts. Give me the SD
slot,
card.
man,
Give me
that's
that
what they
back,
really
dog.
need.
You know what I'm saying? And give me like better cooling. Like, I don't care. Chop some holes across this. I don't care. Give it ventilation. Give it what it needs to perform. Because if you're going to put the i9 and I can't get the i9 performance, what's the point?
What's the point?
And you know what, the SD thing is ridiculous because there are other machines out there with the same type of profile as the MacBook Pro that has a freaking SD card slot, man. And it don't make no
that's one of the biggest things that I have an issue with this entire thing. Like, is the fact that it doesn't have. I think CJ done dipped out on me.
What happened to CJ? Where's CJ? CJ done knocked his camera over. I can hear.
Yeah,
CJ
shooting.
Cam Link done-
Yeah, shooting.
CJ Cam.
Nah, I
Cam Link
tried.
done fell out.
Come back, CJ.
Come back, CJ, man. Okay, there you go.
Nah, I went to go get another tea, man. Come on, player, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Nah, but I'm Terry. I'm with you on that one, man. Like, that was, to me, that's one of my biggest things, man. I gotta get one. I literally was just uploading some stuff, working on a project here. I got this thing here from Tutu, man. I love it, but the fact that I even gotta buy this just to be able to take footage off of my camera is ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying I have to, because obviously with the A7 III, I can just plug in a USB-C to USB-C
That's
right
a
in,
nice
and I can
camera,
transfer.
by the way, dog.
Hey, you
That
see
is
this?
a nice
You see this? Hey, you see this right here? Woo!
And let me say something real quick, because I didn't get a chance to
see.
acknowledge it earlier. Yo, my bro El Jefe gave us a donation. Shout out to El Jefe. I appreciate you, brother, man.
Hey,
Yeah, today.
Jefe,
Yes,
appreciate
tonight.
you, bro.
Oh, paper
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, man. You know, it's, you know. So yeah, big respect to El Jefe for supporting the stream.
link,
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
If anybody
Appreciate
wants
you.
to-
Appreciate you.
And
Hey, yo, I
just
want to
so
go
you
back to
guys-
what Iconic said. Just to clarify, for my Adobe Premiere lovers out there, man. He asked, he goes, what did he say? Let me clarify something real quick. He says, wait, what? Like, Adobe Premiere doesn't autosave? It does autosave, but it doesn't autosave after
Man,
every single.
Nah, it's like
click
every
you do.
5 minutes. It's like
It's
every
like
5
it's like on a it's like a timer. I don't actually.
It's
The problem
terrible.
is you don't know when it's gonna autosave. Like that's the issue that I have. But to clarify, it
That's
does
even worse.
autosave. It does autosave.
And
So I just wanna throw that out there.
a huge shout out to Final Cut. I ain't gonna lie, I had it crash for the first time the other day. It wasn't Final Cut fault. It was MLUT. It was MLUT.
Footage.
I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose nothing.
Progress, dog. I know
I
you
didn't
did.
lose
Still,
nothing.
hey, but it still crashed though. This is a mark.
No.
It
It
don't
was
matter. It don't
MLUT.
matter.
No, you gotta
Joe.
look. It was
Plugin.
100% MLUT. It was the plugin because if you don't hit OK after you choose a LUT, and I deleted like the plugin. I did something crazy, but like MLUT was like still stuck in the pop-up. It was all MLUT.
Okay. Oh, that's the other thing. So my question is, does Final Cut, do y'all have like a library of like all of the different types of like I guess effects and stuff like that?
Oh yes, player. Yep. I got mine set up. I got all my epidemic sounds that I need. I got all my sound effects, transition effects. You could set it up like, yeah, definitely. You got one spot to go to.
Because that's one thing that I like about Premiere, man, is like I can go out to their site or whatever, and they can you can just choose from a bunch of free ones, and you just add it right into your library, and you're good to go. There's the queen.
She home by herself, so she couldn't resist. But yeah, I got an admission about Epidemic Sound, and I hate to say this. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But listen,
Hi, that's my friend right there. What up?
my daughter loves CJ. I'm gonna have to smoke. I'm gonna have to knock CJ out. She always talking about some where's CJ at. Listen, all right, so listen.
Because I'm the first one they gave her. I'm the first one that acknowledged her in the past. That's right.
Listen, every time I get a package, right? Every time I get a package, she be like, "Dad, you got that from CJ?" I'm like, "No."
I'm out here seeding product.
This came from Hong Kong, not CJ. But yeah, if anytime y'all donate anything, man, we literally take that bread and put that right back into the channel stream. So, we definitely appreciate every single penny, whether it's $1, whether it's $1 million, whether it's nothing, man. We just appreciate everybody stopping through. We got a few new people up in the building,
sir.
What up, Harry? Harry Gills in the building. What's good?
Yeah, Harry, what's up? Mike
Van Doozy, what's good?
Orlando just dropped through. What's up, everybody?
What up?
But yeah, man, we definitely appreciate every donation. It is not required, but it's definitely appreciated. They do have the same thing as me.
Oh, you up in Canada. Respect to the Canadians in the house, man.
Shout out.
Hey, can I say this, man? Hey, is there an unfair advantage on YouTube for the Canadians? I didn't mean to go there, but
No.
I didn't mean to go there, but it just seemed like
from the YouTube
I need to move.
waves, it just seems like there's a little bit of
bias,
hard codedness inside of the algorithm. I'm just saying. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, I'm just serious. All right, so I got a question, for y'all. Like, what's that one thing that you can say that you learned so far with being a creator that you would say that kind of clicked for you to be a better creator? Like, what's that one thing that you would say?
Deep.
I mean, I'm just asking the questions, man. Like, what's the one thing you would say is something that just has made you, that clicked for you, that made you better as a creator?
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. So I think one thing that has made me a overall better creator, and I'll explain after I say it. So I think the one thing that has given me the biggest advantage as a creator is learning how to deal with trolls and haters. And let me explain why. I think if you have soft skin and you try to come into YouTube spaces, you're not equipped to understand that there will be trolls and haters and how to deal with them. you will fail. That is one of the biggest hurdles of being a creator. You will fail as a creator. So one of the things that has helped me the most is learning to like deal with haters and also understand that they will always be there. It doesn't matter how perfect you are. You can literally be the most perfect creator in the world, and there will always be somebody that will hate on you for whatever the reason is. You have to learn how to deal with that. So before we go into that any further, because y'all gonna get me started and I'm gonna have to whip the bandana out, I'm gonna let y'all.
No, I'm with you on that, man. Like dealing with haters is definitely, because I definitely want to touch on that. Like dealing with haters, man, like in this space, sometimes it can be taxing, man, because I feel like for myself, I know like we've all been in that place where we just like, man, I post a video, it ain't doing what I thought it was gonna do, and then you get a comment, you know, that's, you know, some type of hater comment or whatever saying that this video is XYZ, and basically, man, dealing with that is sometimes it can be tough. But now, I mean, I've got, at least in the beginning stages, I would say it's tough. But like right now, I'm like, you know, I can easily get through it just because it's just like, I know a lot of people out there, they'll do something or they'll say something negative just for the attention. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things is understanding as a creator that most of the people that's out there that's trolling or they hating on the content that you're putting out or whatever, they mainly just doing it because they want that instant attention from you. So a lot of times, man, you just got to ignore it, man. Just keep it rolling. Keep it moving.
Hey, let's tweet this out. Let's tweet this out real quick that we about to talk about haters. Let's tweet that out.
So before we get into haters, I'm gonna just get what helped me unlock. You said, Devin, can you restate the question one more time? Because I think I know where you came from.
Yeah. So basically, like, what's the one thing that you could say that you learned as a creator that clicked with you, that has made you a better creator overall?
You know what? I learned to stop caring about what. It kind of goes into like what y'all talking about too. I learned not to care as much about every comment or every criticism, and I learned to just be me. Like that was the best thing, because when I learned to just be free, just to do what, you know, I'm choosing to do as a creator, not to take it too hard, whatever. You know, you're not always gonna win everybody over. Some people might think what you did was trash, and then, you know, the majority might think it was great. And just learning not to let that comment that might say, oh, this was trash, or this wasn't that good, or XYZ, not letting that get to you, not letting that get under your skin, and just maintaining your confidence and just like keeping it pushing, you know what I'm saying? Because, all right, so look, on social media, you are putting yourself on a platform to be chopped, screwed, and taken apart and just like pounded. Like you become a punching bag. You are like a volunteer punching bag when you put yourself on. Hey, look, hey, man, I'm gonna put that into the chat. YouTube hating. All right, we back.
Haters got CJ.
Look, man, I start dropping the jewels. Hey, man, I start dropping the jewels. They start cutting off the power and the lights. Oh, man, we got haters in high places. Oh, Lord. Let me shut up, man, before they been to stop the stream. Anyways, y'all know what I'm saying, man. Don't care so much about what everyone has to say. Do you. That's the best thing you could do. Pay attention to you know, your audience and your platform, but most of all, do you, be you. Don't alter yourself. Don't get affected by, you know, the nonsense.
Yep. And I got to kind of piggyback off of that to like with my answer. I think one of the things for me that helped me where I clicked was kind of like going back with what CJ was saying about being yourself. I think one of the biggest things for me was when I actually stopped necessarily comparing my channel to maybe other people's channels. Like, because before we all got into this space, at least for myself,
oh, that's a good one.
Nah, that's like, a good one. I think for myself, it was one of those things where before I got into space, I started instantly, like I would watch, you know, obviously, you know, a lot of the larger creators that's out there or whatever. And a lot of times we like their cinematography, we like what they do, we like the videos that they put out. And people can say what they want. People, you know, us being in this space, we are inspired by other creators and whatever that was in this game before us. But for me, it was when I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to be like that creator, or I don't want my content to look like that one, or I don't want it to be that one. That's when I feel like my platform, it started to click and it started to grow to what it is today. And I started building connections with companies better, to whereas I started to, look at her, she taking over the stream. But it actually just started to click at that point. So it was one of those things where I think that's one of the biggest things that clicked for me, is just not comparing yourself to other people's platforms and just being yourself out there?
Nah, that's a strong point.
Yep.
I noticed this in a lot of new creators. I even made a video about this. I forgot which one, but like you get influenced by other creators and you start. Look, we got a future creator right there, as you can see.
Future, she right
Look,
here.
she about to steal the show. I ain't mad at you.
Go ahead and say something. But she saw Daddy. She went running.
New creators, you get influenced, and I'm not against like taking a piece here, taking a piece there, taking a piece from that creator, taking a piece, but do not take a full creator's swag. You can take a little bit here and there, and then you can put it all together and create your own mode, create your own creative self. But never take another creator's whole swag. That's like, what's the point? You just duplicating the content that's already out there. The only way to survive and to really thrive in this platform of like, think about this, people. You're going up against millions, and maybe even billions. I don't even know. But you're going against
2 billion.
Millions of creators. You're going against, you fighting for 2 billion eyes. It's just a lot of noise. And the only way to stand out, the only way to like poke through is to really be you and be unique. Do not copy what you see. Now, follow the blueprints, but don't you know what's up, man.
So I'll give my perspective on that real quick. So, I'm only saying this because it's a different perspective. So while I support watching your fellow creators and watching creators in general, what I do is I try not to binge watch, because you tend to become what you consume. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you watch violent videos all day, and you're subconsciously implanting violent thoughts into your head. So, for example, like there's a reason I don't watch, and this is no shade at all, because he's great at what he does, but there's a reason why I don't binge watch Peter McKinnon, because I know I'm in a parallel type of space with him, and I don't want my videos to be Peter McKinnon. I want them to be Terry Warfield. So while I do think it's valuable to look at other channels, and I encourage everybody to seek out new channels. You know what I'm saying? Don't just keep watching the same creators all the time. Seek out new channels. You know what I'm saying? I do support that, but I also want to remind you not to sit there and binge watch, because you won't even see it happening. Like, you'll watch 10 videos from somebody, and then the next video you create, all of a sudden you emulating them and you don't even know it. And I'll give y'all the example. Like, I was watching Matt D'Avella, right? And I really like the way like his minimalist approach, how the videos are like toned down, and it's all the B-roll is clean and everything. And I found myself, and me, CJ, and Devin talked about this, where I found myself trying to imitate Matt D'Avella, and I didn't even realize it until after I went back and watched the video. And in fact, I even came back to the chat and I was like, you know what, y'all? I need to admit something. You know what I'm saying? I created this video, and now that I go back and watch it, I tried to imitate somebody else that I didn't even realize that I did it. So I encourage you to, watch other creators, but if you do want to binge watch, don't let that consume what you want to do. Don't let that take over you and what you offer.
Well, you gotta think about it. It's the nature of human beings. We learn from watching other people. Like, as a child, you learn to walk from seeing your parents walk. That's just the nature of people. So you're gonna absorb what you consume. Like, it's gonna become a part of you. Like, think about it. Like, you're gonna find yourself just regurgitating. Like, if we got lingo, like if somebody says some lingo and it's catchy amongst the group, everybody's saying it. That's just kind of how people work. And I want to speak to something Iconic Mod said. He put, I think trying to just do content you like helps also. Like, not trying to make videos to appease anyone in particular, but stuff you enjoy. Now, Iconic Mods, I want to say this. You can do that. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to keep it a buck, though. YouTube might not like it. YouTube might not care, especially when you're new and you're trying to grow. That's why one of the big things I push is niching down. Now, I'm a big proponent now of having multiple channels. I think you should have a channel where you just do whatever you want, if you want that. and people who subscribe to that know to expect that, and then you have your niche down channel for growth. This is strictly for those who want to grow and have that type of success. You gotta play the game to some degree because it's brutal out here. So I highly encourage creators, new creators, established creators to fall into a niche. And I know it sucks as a creator. That's not actually being creative or expressing yourself as an artist. But if you want growth and success, I think you should have a channel built on niche, and then you have other channels for your creative outlets. That's my, it's a lot of work though. I know one channel hard as it is, so that's my hack. Don't be like me.
I want to touch on something that Harry said, man. Harry Gill said. He said, "Get inspired, but don't copy." Like
Fact.
I think that is so true, man. Like I can't preach that enough. Like Terry was saying, you can binge watch all the content you want, but use it as inspiration, man. Don't use it to just sit there and just be like, oh, I'm gonna copy the exact B-roll shots that they got, or I'm gonna copy exactly like what they're talking about, or something like that. Like just use it as your inspiration to want to go out and actually create. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like there's the last Peter McKinnon video, and I know we were just talking about it, but he actually inspired me to want to actually try to actually edit photos on an iPad Pro from watching that one video where he was, I think, doing like a silent edit. But it was more so just inspiration. I wanted to like, okay, I want to try something different versus going and doing the exact same thing over and over and over. So I would just use that as inspiration versus just copying somebody. So yeah, Harry, I agree with that.
Hey, and there's another thing Harry said that I want to talk to. How much planning and scheduling do you guys do for your videos? Now,
It's a good one.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Here's my hack for planning out videos. I'm going to share. This used to be my mastermind little thing. So, and actually I did share it in the video. I have a notepad also on my phone and the iPhone on the Notes app. Every time I have a video idea or a title, I jot it down. So I have a list of topics, titles for videos. So that's how I plan out a lot of videos. And sometimes I go and look at that list when I'm looking for inspiration for a video. I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll go from there. And then as far as scheduling, my schedule be all over, because sometimes I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna stick to this day, but then if something comes up creativity, man, you know what I'm trying to say. Something comes up creative in my spirit, and I just like, man, I'll go.
Creativity.
Look, you stuttering too. Look.
Just throwing it out there.
But
He was like chicken, quesadilla.
Man, y'all watch my videos. I know I smash words together. I be like boom, boom, and all that. Anyways, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. So that's one of my hacks. I write down video titles and topics for later, and I go over that big list, and sometimes I find my video on that list. Next.
I would have to agree to that. I think one of the biggest things is getting a schedule. Now, I'm not going to say that I stay to a schedule, because I'm going to tell you now, it's tough to stay on the schedule. And it kind of goes back to the question where we talked about earlier today, where we was just talking about, like, how do we manage different things and stuff like that outside of just life outside of YouTube. Because although it's great to stick with a schedule, because the YouTube algorithm loves when you stick to a schedule, your audience loves when you stick to a schedule, but sometimes it's difficult. Now, one of the things that I do, like, I always use, like, I'll even show it here. Like, I always use notes for everything. Like on my Mac, I use it to write down everything. So like I have sometimes like video ideas. Like right now I got a whole series that I want to do on the Synology system that I haven't even filmed it yet. I filmed parts of it, but as far as putting dates to it, that's when you really gotta figure out what you want to do when you come down to creating a video. You have to put dates to what you're doing, because if you don't,
saving his butt over there with Synology. Let me hit that laugh.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I put them videos out for a while, but Synology, they coming. But yeah, like for real, I think one of the biggest things is putting dates to it. Like you have to put dates to what video you want to do, because if you don't, man, that video just gonna sit in your queue and it just will never get shot.
See, I think I'm a little different, and this is probably why I don't pump out as many videos as Devin and CJ, because like I'm one of those people where I have 1,000 ideas a minute, and even though I jot a lot of them down, I'm also like, it's hard for me to create unless I'm in that creative space. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go and I got this list of ideas jot down, and when I go to create it, I'm just not feeling it. I won't be motivated to finish that product because I know I didn't put everything into it. I also have been lately, instead of trying to churn videos out, trying to put more quality and more value into my videos versus just turning on the camera, filming something and turning it back off. So I think it's like a double-edged sword for me. I do have a ton of video ideas, tech, a bunch of tech ideas, a bunch of motivational ideas, but I also ride the wave or my personal wave of creativity. Um, there's times I go film try to start filming a project and I'm not feeling it, so I'll scratch the whole thing and move on to something else and maybe revisit it when I am in that creative space. So everybody has their own methodology and how they like to roll, but that's just me personally.
Terry is a creator's. He's like an artist over there. He's a very artist. He's very artiste with it. He's very attached to his content and stuff. And a lot of you guys are like that. A lot of creators are like that. There does come a point to where you can get to a point to where you just kind of like, I guess, kind of like bury that and kind of roll over that a little bit. But you do sacrifice your artistry and maybe some of your in exchange for pumping out content. So you got to find a balance, man. I'm trying to pull back a little bit and get more into more of that artistic side as opposed to just the mass produced pump. So
but don't it sometimes hurt though, man? Like, and we can keep it honest here. Like, when you put all of that work into a video sometimes, man, and it just doesn't get off the ground, like YouTube
just happened to me, bro.
Right.
Just happened to me.
YouTube is infamous for throwing videos in the graveyard, man. Like, I've definitely had them videos where I'm like, all right, man, I put some hours into this one, and then next thing you know, it's like you start seeing that up, and then it just flatline.
Let me plug my last video that I did. I worked hard on that video.
Since we on topic.
Yeah, it's all types of gems in there. Make sure y'all go on my page. Matter of fact, drop the link in there, man. Let me drop the link. But yeah, it's just, that's another hurdle of being a creator. Like, there's gonna be times where you put your blood, sweat, and tears into a video, and it don't do nothing, and that will turn a lot of people off and make a lot of people want to quit.
Yep.
But that's one of those hurdles as a creator. You have to realize that won't be your last video. You will make videos better. And just because this one didn't pop, that don't mean the next one won't pop. And at the end of the day, I think at the ground level of it, as long as you're creating your videos for you and you're happy with the video, then whether it takes off or not shouldn't matter.
But I also want to throw in there, man, this, like, although, like, I know we joking, we say about, having that video and that video may not pop. And that video may not pop, but I think one of the things that I've realized and that I've learned just being on this platform is, let's say a video, it may not pop and it get, 300 views or something like that, and it's done. Like, it's in the YouTube graveyard. But the thing, what I've realized is, having 300 views on that video may not seem like a lot, but it's who's in that 300 that could actually count. That's a big thing. And that's one of the things that I've learned, man. Like, some of my videos have gotten.
What the hell is going on?
CJ.
Did you get attacked by gremlins or something?
CJ, YouTube is throwing CJ in the graveyard.
Well, yeah, that's major facts. It only takes for that. Man. It could be 1 million people to watch a video. If it ain't the right person in that million, it don't matter. It could be the same video.
I've been fortunate to get deals with companies, man, off of videos that did not even perform that well. In my eyes, it didn't perform well. But what they liked was the creativity, and they actually liked the actual content in itself.
Hey, CJ, we can't hear, bro.
CJ, you got to mute your mic, brother.
Yeah, it sounds like you got jumped by 40 gremlins.
Nah, but like I was saying, like, I think that it's all on who's actually watching your content, man. So don't necessarily sometimes get caught up on all of who's watching your video or how many people are watching the videos, how many subscribers I got off of that video. It's all on who was watching that video, because I'm telling you, the right company can watch that and be like, hey, we want you to create that for us. And next thing you know, you're building a brand relationship.
That's a personal
success is relative or it's subjective.
That's a personal testament. I'll use, like, before we like turn this final corner, like I've used. I mean, some of my videos I know wouldn't have done well without the help of a larger creator, and all it was is the right person landing on the video or that video coming across the right timeline and them looking at the video and wanting to share it or something like that. So, you know, that's my testament. Is sometimes it only takes that one right view to make a video or a channel or whatever it is in life for that matter to take off.
Harry says CJ knows Skype.
CJ, we just over there talking and nobody could hear us.
Oh, you said nobody. You said nobody could hear y'all?
This is literally what it looked like when you was having audio issues.
Wait. Yeah, and nobody could hear y'all when I hit the mute.
Bro,
oh, that's
you didn't
crazy.
Hit mute. You hit amplify. Bro, we was over here struggling.
Wait, so they couldn't hear y'all? Is that what happened? What happened?
No, man. Listen, I don't know if you got. I don't know if you got jumped by your kids or whatever.
CJ just got beat up over there.
Because all we heard was.
Oh, I don't think they heard. I don't know if the people heard it, but I know y'all heard. I don't know.
Oh, they heard.
Huh? Oh, they heard the mic getting all beat up and all that shit. Oh man. Anyways, player, they done got a player, man. Oh man. They done got a player.
Read through some of these comments real quick. Hey, drop the link for the donations in case anybody wants to kindly support the channel. We appreciate that. Let me look through some of these comments to see if we missed anything. Let's see. Let me see. Harry Gills.
60 says some videos are just sleepers, and you were ahead of the need.
That's facts. And then sometimes you put out videos that are what we call evergreen, meaning you put it out there and it might not get that initial smack from YouTube, but 6 months down the line, you look up and that video got 30, 40,000 views. And that's happened to a lot of us a ton of times. So you can't always just count a video out just because it didn't do well the first week. I think T just had something like that where one of his old videos, YouTube just start pushing again. That's happened to all of us where we look up and we got 400 new subscribers off a video we put up 6 months ago.
Yep.
So, don't always think that the video's dead just because it seems to be dead.
Harry Gills got a good question. Your product reviews, do you go out and buy them yourselves or does someone link you?
Oh, Harry, you really want to open that can of worms. All right, so we gotta start. It's 9:08. We've been on here for an hour, so let's talk about this, and then we'll start getting questions for next week, and all of that good stuff. So that's a great question, Harry, and we kind of touched on this at episode number 1, but I think that is something that let's talk about that. So who want to go first? Because I'm kind of parched.
All right. I guess I'll hop on this. I fund a lot of my, I fund, I would say 95% of the products you see on my channel. I mean, I do have the luxury of having products sent to me, but I don't accept everything. So every now and then I get some nice products like that I'll take in, but I would say 95% of the items you see on my channel, all the smartphones, except for the Google Pixels, and you guys seen when I had the Team Pixel hookup, but outside of that, all my iPhones, all my Galaxy Notes, I'm buying outright. So I'm taking on a big expense and I'm putting in big investments for the channel. I don't recommend anyone follow my steps or do what I do. I'm just being transparent and telling y'all how I create and what I use, how I fund my channel. So don't follow me, just do whatever works for you.
Man, I go next.
Hey, do what you do, bro.
Hey, Iconic said Terry out of coffee, everybody run. You damn right. But I guess I'll throw mine out there. I don't have a ton of money like, CJ just balling out of control or whatever. But I don't really get, I'm lying. I do get a lot of free stuff. Maybe it's not on the same level as some other people I know, but a lot of stuff that I have, of the stuff that I do have, a lot of it I've paid for. I've been blessed, fortunately, over the last few months to have a lot of companies believe in me and want to send me some stuff to review. And a lot of it has been like bigger ticket items, which never thought that a company would believe in me to a point where they want to invest several hundreds to thousands of dollars. So it's a double-edged sword. When it's stuff I really want to review, I'm usually going to get it if I have the money for it. But I also do get stuff from companies. However, like CJ said, I don't just accept everything. Y'all will see if you're a creator, man. These places, and we done all made jokes about this on Twitter, like where they nope, nope.
I mean, I
CK?
go, man. Like, yeah. I think, like, for me, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get everything for free, and I'll just play. Nah, like for me, man, I'm kind of in the same boat, man. I don't accept a whole lot of stuff. Like, there are some things that I do accept. Like, if it's products that, number one is I have to have a relationship with the company. Like, one of the biggest things for me before I accept a product from a company, I like having conversations with people over the phone because I feel like I can get a gauge of the company first. I can get to talk to their PR people. I can start building that relationship just to see if it's a company that I want to work with. Now that it is like, if it's a company like, let's say, for example, like I haven't had this company reach out, but let's just say, for example, DJI was to reach out to me and say, hey, we want to give you, the new Mavic Pro. Like, I don't necessarily have to hop on a call with them, but like there are some companies, because I rock with DJI as a company, but there are some companies that I've worked with, I have to have conversations with them over the phone before I actually want to work with them, because I have to build that relationship. I have to talk to them, see what they're about, see if it's, because all we know online is the brand itself. We don't know these people behind the brands. Like, these people behind the brand could be a part of something that we don't actually represent, or we don't actually want to be a part of. So for me, I have to understand that company off the top. So, but yeah, just to answer the question, man, I think there are some products that I do get in, but there are a lot of the products on my channel that I buy for myself. Like, all of my camera gear that I use to film my videos, my microphone, my lights that you see here, my camera, my audio equipment, everything that you guys see that I film my videos with, I bought myself. My laptop, everything I buy myself. There's only a couple things I've actually ever gotten free, but most of the stuff I buy myself. So.
Yo, we got a donation, player. My bro.
Wait, paper call?
Iconic Mods. Yes, sir.
What
yes,
up?
sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man,
Yo, I gotta give a
Appreciate
shout out to Iconic Mods, man, because he's been rocking with me for a minute, man, on my channel, man. And yeah, shout out to him, man. Cool dude.
That's one dude who always is behind the scenes, like supporting everybody. I will say, like, Iconic, like when it comes to me, Devin, and CJ, like every video we put up, he always right there retweeting it. And I try to reciprocate that. I may not do it as often, but Iconic will tell you I share his videos. We've talked several times. So I mean, it's people like that in the community that keep us going. These people that are constant supporters. Every single time we online, they online. I just want to say that if you are one of those constant supporters, man, we definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Definitely appreciate it. Even if your breath stink, like whatever.
Funky breath. Doo-doo breath.
But that paper call, thank you very much for the donation, sir. We shall get some popsicles and ice cream with that.
Hey, shout out to the
That's a lie.
Devin will.
Hey, yo, I'm definitely about to get some as soon as we all. No, just
And graham crackers.
Yep.
All right, so let's get some at the end of every phone call. At the end of every live stream, let's get some questions, and let's try to make them like, meaningful questions that maybe you wanted to know as a creator, that you wanted to ask, or you can't get a clear answer to. Let's drop some questions for next week up in the thing.
JD Tech TV say we're gonna have to do a part 2 to the Premiere Pro Final Cut conversation, because this Sunday was dedicated to the wifey. So I told him, respect, we definitely could do a part 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That conversation can go on for a while. Hey, Ashley Morel told you to get some real food, Devin.
She got to get some real food.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ashley, since you in the next,
she just went and got me a plate, man. So she hooking me up, man. So shout out to my
she gonna
wife.
give you the real food. Okay.
She got
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Watching you eat graham crackers and popsicles was kind of powerful.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. When that's all you got right now, brother, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
He was spreading water on the graham crackers.
you gotta soften it up.
He was on that military diet over there.
All right, so Orlando Theme Park said if you start with
no, why you retract the message?
No, why you retract that, bro?
That was
where you going with that?
Question.
Orlando, go ahead and put that back, bro.
Man, put that back right now.
I don't know. It started off smooth. I ain't get a chance. I should have screen captured it. Too late.
I'll tell you.
Oh no, it's already on there. He said if you started over with nothing tomorrow, what gear would you have not purchased?
Oh, that's
I like
good.
that question.
What gear would you have? What gear would you purchase? That's another. Okay, I think he won.
Yeah, I like that question. Because I'm gonna tell you now, there's a whole lot of stuff that I would not have bought. If you start over tomorrow, what gear would you not purchase? Yeah. There's a whole lot of stuff I would not have bought. That I
get
don't
attacked
use.
by the YouTube trolls again?
Man, my camera died.
I think so.
Player.
His car's still up here.
Hey, look.
CJ just been getting attacked all night, y'all.
Y'all can't hear it? Oh, I know.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a very great question because there are a lot of stuff that we buy as creators that is not needed. A ton of stuff.
Yeah. It's called gas syndrome, number one.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I think that's a great question, and I won't get too far into it, but
oh man, did I mess up the stream?
Hefe.
What happened?
He was on the smartphone. El Jefe was on the smartphone, man, and he was out here with it. My guy El Jefe said he started with a $10 tripod, a $30 light.
Hey, I messed up the stream, y'all. Hey, my bad.
Oh no, it's still on.
Nah, I messed it up though. Y'all looking crazy right now.
My head all big outside the frame.
Yeah, we got Terry inside the CK square.
Hey, from now on, hashtag where's CJ?
My head all the way outside. I'm out here looking like a character.
Oh man, yo, Skype is wild, man.
But the guy in her face said he started with a $10 tripod, a $30 light, and a $15 lav mic, man. And he made videos like that for a whole year. And my guy El Jefe is out here crushing it. If y'all ain't checked out his channel, he out here crushing it, man. So
this is hilarious.
It's possible for sure. So Devin is Terry and Terry is Devin.
Hashtag where's CJ?
Yo, my A73 battery died. Yo,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, there's a ton of content that I've created straight off of my smartphone. Like, that y'all might not even notice was in a video. Like, I remember I created a whole intro montage straight off of my iPhone. Obviously, as long as you got the best lighting, man, these phones will work.
Let me switch out my battery. Let the player get back on his feet real quick.
I'm gonna be Terry for a couple seconds here.
Yeah, that's how we gonna finish the stream, player. Hey, look, if you go to C Kid channel and you think he buff, and
Ashley said my shirt got smaller.
Oh, that's a joke. That's a Terry joke right there. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
Harry
cute.
Gills, yo, appreciate you stopping through, man. He said peace out. Appreciate you, Harry.
Yeah, man, I got to go get my kids dinner cooked, man. They up there struggling right now.
See kids swole up fast. Hey man, I'm gonna be happy with these muscles for a couple minutes. But nah, man. First off, man, we gotta say, man, appreciate everybody stopping through on the stream. We getting ready to end this live stream, and yeah, Terry, you got something to say?
Wait, CJ got it. Yeah, but y'all make sure that y'all come back for next week. Number one, we gonna talk about some. We were supposed to. Where's CJ? Hashtag where's CJ?
Everybody go on Twitter right now and put out hashtag where's CJ.
They can hear me, they just can't see me, player.
Yeah, Alex said it's a good time to end the stream. Yeah, we don't want to make these streams too long, but I know a lot of live streams go for 2-3 hours, man. We all got lives. We just want to get in, talk about heavy hitter subjects, and then hop back out. So Big shout out to everybody who stopped through. We will be on next Sunday, same time, same place. Tell your friends, your wife, your kids, your baby mamas, babies. Tell them all. Tell them all come through next Sunday for Creator Cafe episode 4. And we got a lot of crap that we want to talk about next week. We didn't get to everything we want to talk about this week, but next week we're going to get into it.
Yes, sir.
CJ, you got anything?
Nah, player, they can't see me, player. Y'all can just
Play
hear me.
the
Hey,
music
yo,
then. Play the outro then.
I got y'all.
Much love, y'all. Peace and chicken grease.
Peace out, y'all.
C-Kid 86.
C-Kid Tech. C-Kid Tech.
You know what? A
Welcome
lot
to the
of
Cafe
necessary.
A. About to get you live stream play by play. CJ in here, Terry in here. I'm just trying to get your boss speakers up here. What we say? Started on this journey, we ain't never trying to finish. First phase, this is just beginning of this business. Thanks for tuning in because we really need a witness. Running in this race, but it's Terry with the vision. CJ ideas with the quickness. Then it's me connect, add business. Next, add y'all the audience to the mix. Woo! Stay lit, my guy, we winning. Time to have fun, cafe. Whoa! 3 creators, 3 perspectives, 1 goal. Grab your popcorn now, let's play. Everybody, welcome to Creator Cafe. Hey!